that really arrogant? Bitch please on the back. It's creepy. Have you been on my Instagram? Okay, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Is that really arrogant? I really like that song. It's a bit arrogant. Let's give it a 4 because we're always growing. We're always growing, and I just look. It was such a song of creative playfulness. Like I had so much fun making it. I wrote it with the guys in my band at the time in a basement in Melbourne, and it was kind of a joke. So it was sort of one of those, you know, it was a silly song and we were sort of like, you know, like laughing about it. And then it sort of legitimately turned out to be a really fun song. And there was just so many of my friends involved with it. So I guess I have very fond memories of the whole process. It's one of my favorite videos that we made as well. So it's cheeky, it's fun, but it's also a long time ago, and I feel like I've grown a lot now. And I kind of feel like looking back, I was kind of so obsessed with doing everything at once, and that song is just the epitome of like, every genre at once, and so many things, and every time you thought it was going there, it's gonna go there, which I like, but I'm also, you know, I'm kind of interested in other things now. So 4 out of 5, let's keep it humble. Discount Universe, you're just hitting me with all my favorites. 5 out of 5, I love those girls. Yeah, I've been a fan for a long time. I remember wearing one of their crazy bodysuits for the Arias one year. And I think it had something really rude on the back. Like, there's a bunch of swear words in it, and it's like, and I remember thinking, I've got to cover that up for TV. I can't have the kids looking at that. And so I have these hilarious memories of like how to censor discount clothes to be like, I mean, like one part of me just wants to be like, nah, like let's just turn around and let it say everything. But then the other side of it is it's TV. Got to. So yeah, I kind of love that they're just balls out, saying what they think as well. It's awesome. I think I said like bitch please on the back or something. I can't remember now. 3 out of 5. I mean, I find them a bit creepy, to be honest. All the characters running around, like, it's too much stimulus. Even though I live in New York and I'm used to a lot of things going on, something about theme parks is, just feel a little bit queasy. And it just makes me think of lines, just lines and lines and lines. I guess Disneyland, you know, all these. But even like Luna Park in Melbourne, you know, like that's a theme park, right? It's creepy. The big face and I don't know, man. I went on my first silent retreat this year, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. It was great. It was the first time I really switched off from my phone, from everything, and when we greeted each other, we would do just a small bow to kind of honor each other's presence, almost to, you know, because in a way it's more awkward if you don't address each other and you're like just walking around the room, not talking. So it was a nice way to sort of be like, namaste, I see you. I remember that, and it was out in Dallas, Texas. Just the sounds of the cicadas. Meditate, pray through the day, read some books, no talking. Then at the evening, have a little debrief, talk about what you experienced, what emotions came up. It was heavy. It was, sorry, what was the rating? Okay. The rating, 5 out of 5. It was great. Oh, 0 out of 5. Are they the ones where it's like, yeah, like dance party on a bus? No, so tacky. I mean, unless it was like aesthetically beautiful inside, like you walked in and it was like super sick. But most of the time, they're pretty tacky. There's only so much you can do with that amount of space. I imagine it gets smelly as well. Everyone's sweating in there. And have you been on my Instagram? Owl cafes, well, I'm conflicted because on the one hand, it was amazing. I'm in a cafe and there's these owls flying around my head and like landing, you know, like on your chair, and you can even like pet them. But then on reflection, I was like, this is pretty dark, man. Like these animals should be out, birds should be flying. One of them is an eagle owl, and it was like really, really big. And I just thought, it's a little bit sad, you know? So you know, on reflection, I'll give it a 2 because it's partly enjoyable, of course, to be that close to an animal. But now that I think about it a little bit more, I'm like, I don't know. They're funny places, you know. It's like I've had some pretty crazy experiences at them. The last Music Awards ceremony, well, yeah, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony, I got to perform with David Byrne and the Roots. It was pretty incredible. We sang a David Bowie song to honour him, and I'm getting ready to go out, like on stage, super excited, super nervous. And NWA start walking towards me with Kendrick Lamar, just fronting the pack, and like, because NWA are getting inducted into the Hall of Fame that night. And I just remember being like, my heart's beating so fast and I have to say something. And so I got to meet Kendrick Lamar, man, and I was like, just hugging him. I was like, thank you so much for the work you do. And he was so sweet. And, you know, so experiences like that are unforgettable, and they've happened in, you know, award ceremonies. But on the other hand, they're also kind of a bit of a who's who thing. Everyone's getting pretty drunk. It's like, you know, you can't really relax because there's so much sort of, oh, who's that? And oh, who's that? And it gets a bit exhausting by the end of the night. But let's see, a rating. 4, because it is pretty exciting. Ooh, I didn't even know that was a trend. I thought I was pretty up to the play with that stuff, but no. A squiggle eyebrow. Do they do it with a pencil or with a brow brush?
It looks to be quite penciled on, actually.
Yeah. You know what? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5. I say squiggle it up, you know?